Trendiest hotel in Mexico's most exclusive city, the W, Punta de Mita. This is my $800 a night spectacular suite. I already made an extended room rundown. If you want to see everything and know all the details about this room, I'm going to keep this portion of the video very brief. You are greeted with an entry outdoor patio. You have a swing, you have a chair, a couple foldable chairs and a foldable table if you want to come out here and spend some time. But for me, the magic is on the back patio. I'll show you that in a second. Love the colors in here, love the surfboard, just very vibrant, fresh, feels just tropical. A lot of energy, a lot of brightness, I love that. You also have dual vanities. The color theme continues in here. And then I'm gonna move you to the best part inside this room, which is the dedicated showering and bathing area. I love this, this is my favorite feature. Whenever I see it, I go gaga over it. I saw this in Tokyo, they have this at Aria, they have this at the Cosmopolitan. You have your bath right there, and then you have your shower right here. So I love, love, love when I see that in a hotel room. And then moving around, the back patio is probably the best portion of this room. And then here is your little outdoor private oasis. If you actually want to come out here, breathe the air, get refreshed, feel rejuvenated, you have the amazing sounds of this property, and then of course the Pacific Ocean in the background. This is literally spectacular. All right, so that is it for my brief room rundown. Again, I did make an extended room tour where I go over everything. So if you want to know all those details, check the link in the description below. I'm here for 3 nights. We need to get this video started officially. There are multiple pools, multiple restaurants, tons of bars, basically fun everywhere. This is supposed to be one of the best W's in the world. Let's see if it is. All right, we need to have a serious conversation. This trip is not going as expected. In fact, it hasn't gone as expected since pretty much my initial moments here on site. I haven't really talked about it, so let me bring you up to speed. When I first got to this property, I was loving it. I was met with my personal guide and my personal golf cart. They picked up my luggage and they drove me kind of through this foliage to the lobby area. And this was one of the most stunning lobbies at a W hotel I've ever seen. It had this indoor-outdoor feel, and there was a mixologist on hand with a personal bar cart right across from the check-in who met me with a great drink called a tonic sour. So that was fantastic. That really got the trip started great. Love that energy, love the vibe. And then he told me that the room wasn't ready, and that was a little disappointing because it was after check-in time, like well after check-in time, but it happens. And I try not to get hung up on the little details, and I use it as an opportunity to go down to the lobby bar, AKA the living room. All W lobby bars are called the living room, and this is one of the best living rooms I've ever seen. The colors were bold and vibrant, the decorations were indigenous, the light was beaming in from basically windows everywhere, and there was a very dramatic staircase that went down to the focal point of the room, which was this huge grand square lobby bar. So that was a great place to spend a couple hours. I did not plan on spending a couple hours at the living room, the lobby bar, but I did. Oh, and by the way, I did have a couple drinks there. I had a blended blue Hawaiian, which is my new tropical drink of choice. It's my new go-to. Goodbye pina colada, nice knowing you. You've been replaced by the blended blue Hawaiian. And also there was a blue deer. This is kind of like a native, authentic type drink. It's kind of local to this region. And there's like a lot of history and a lot of lore behind this drink. The bartender explained it to me and it was fascinating. So I marinated there literally for a couple hours, and by the time I got to my room, my entire night was just kind of upended because it was very, 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 very late afternoon, if not early evening, so my plans were kind of quashed. So it was time for me just to kind of go to bed. I did order room service. I had an insanely large Mexican hot dog. The thing was gargantuan. And then I had USDA prime ribeye, 12 ounces for $30. How? I don't know, but I loved it. So then today I woke up and it is a hardcore storm, and that's okay because it's been gloomy and rainy every single day since I've been here, and I thought that eventually the sun would poke through, kind of burn up that precipitation, and I have a couple hours of sun like I have had every single day. Not so today. Tropical storms, hardcore rain is forecasted for at least for today. So my trip could very well be upended right now at the W. It is not looking good. That's okay. This could kind of be a metaphor for life. You know, expect the unexpected. It doesn't always go your way. Can you pivot? Can you be proactive? Can you be positive? Can you be optimistic? That's what I'm trying to do, but I was so looking forward to spending some time at both these pools. One is 21 plus. The WET Deck is always a fantastic scene. I'm really hoping I'm gonna be able to get out there tomorrow. All right, good morning. You know, sometimes in life you just have to laugh, and I am both laughing and crying simultaneously, because this is my third and final day here at the W Punta de Mita, one of the best hotels in all of Puerto Vallarta, and it's been raining. I think it was technically a hurricane because I kept on getting hurricane notices last night. And the hotel kept on sending out letters and emails every 4 hours, like hurricane protocol. So yeah, I haven't even had a chance to go outside. It's my last day, and I don't think it's going to happen. And I am really saddened about that. All you can do is try to be proactive and try to be positive. I'm trying to have the best time ever. And with what I have to work with, I am going to have the best time ever. But this has been a waste of energy and money, most importantly, because I dropped a lot of coin to be here, and it has rained the entire time. 21 plus adult pool, didn't get a chance to see it. One of the best beaches in all of Puerto Vallarta, Punta de Mita, didn't see it. The WET Deck, which makes the W famous, did get a chance to hang out on it. I haven't had a chance to really even go outside. I've been spending a lot of time in these golf carts, which is a saving grace because they have this personalized shuttle service where all you have to do is hit that 0 button. And you get that famous whatever, whenever service that the W is renowned for. So you hit 0, and whatever you want, they bring it to your door, whether it's a extra mini refrigerator, extra blankets, room service, drinks, and this is 24/7, 365. It's what the W is really known for. And they send a personalized golf cart to your door to take you wherever you want. And these golf carts are protected by the elements, and they are on call 24/7. So I've been taking these golf carts everywhere because it's been basically hurricaning, monsooning, typhooning, whatever you want to call it. So I took one of the golf carts to the gym a couple times, and the gym is actually wonderful. It is surrounded by floor-to-ceiling glass windows, and it's like in the middle of a tropical jungle. So while it's raining, it's really soothing, really peaceful, really tranquil. I was in there all alone. It was one of the best workouts I had all year. So that was actually really refreshing and really rejuvenating. Then I took a golf cart to the lobby bar, the living room, and I had a couple drinks. I'm very proud that I created my own cocktail. I created the Vallarta Vice, which is my version of the Miami Vice. Instead of being a pina colada and a red strawberry daiquiri, it was a pina colada and a blended blue Hawaiian. So instead of being white and red, it was white and blue. It was above average. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it was outstanding, but it was pretty good. I was pretty bored. So in my downtime, I am now a certified mixologist. Probably the best part of the evening was my time at Spice Market. Spice Market is not a spice market. Spice Market is a very high-end, upscale John George's tapo restaurant. This place was striking. Dark with blacks and golds, a lot of Asian decor. It's right up my alley in terms of ambiance, energy, and atmosphere. And I probably ordered the majority of the menu, literally the majority of the menu. I cannot even count how many dishes I had, but I will say there were really two standouts. The chicken satay, you see me order chicken satay pretty constantly on the channel. It was the best chicken satay I've ever had in my life up to this point. The coconut peanut sauce had 25 herbs and spices. I guess it takes them days to make it. So if you want one of the best dishes ever, go there and order that chicken satay. And surprisingly, The ginger fried rice with chicken was extremely scrumptious as well. So those are the two standouts from last night's dinner. I tried to have the best time possible. And then this morning, I'm planning on going to an ultra hip and cool breakfast spot, so I'll tell you what that is like. And then I'm really hoping and praying I'm gonna get some daybreak. This trip can be salvaged if the sun comes out in the next 4 to 6 hours. I'm praying that it does, because I really don't want to come all the way back here just for this hotel, but I will if I have to. All right, so much for eternal optimism. Look what optimism has brought me today. Another day of the same. Just a straight downpour, a hard downpour of rain. This isn't as hard as like the hurricane from last night, but it's still been doing this every day. So that's pretty much gonna be it for this trip. I hate it when this happens. This is not the first time this is going to happen to me, nor is it going to be the last. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of these trips in front of me, but this never gets easy. I've been doing this for a decade, and when this happens, it never gets easy. Remember one time I went to Brazil and it rained every single day. My Miami trip last year rained almost every single day. There's nothing you can really do about it. You just have to roll up the punches and accept it. But for me, I'm still angry. I'm just categorically angry. I have wholesale anger. There's really nobody or anything I can be angry at. It's life, it's random, but it sucks. It sucks because I'm invested. I'm personally invested. I am emotionally invested in this trip, and I'm time invested in this trip, and I'm at one of the nicest hotels in all of Mexico, the trendiest hotel in the most exclusive city, and it's done this every day, and it's really upended my trip. So this morning I was actually pretty happy because I had a fantastic breakfast. I ate at Venuzu, and apparently Venuzu is like this blue deer or something, and I talked about the blue deer earlier in this video, and apparently like it's this mythical and mystical creature that, I don't know, brings wisdom, guidance, or it just has a lot of history in this area. Apparently this deer eats buttons off a cactus, and those buttons make you happy and see colors, if you know what I'm talking about. So it's a real fascinating and interesting and really cool story, and like this hotel is kind of inspired by that, so I think that's really cool. But Venuzu is like straight up inspired by that. Like lots of colors, lots of vibrant stuff, great menu. I had a couple detox bowls. I had 2 coconuts. So I found my coconut on this trip. One coconut was with alcohol. I definitely did not order that. They put Tito's in there. I mean, at least give me a rum in there or something, right? But they put Tito's in the coconut. And I was like, that's not gonna work. So then I asked for another one, and that was actually quite delectable. It's just what the doctor ordered. And then, like I said, I had a couple detox bowls, and then I had a huge omelet. So Venuzu is a fantastic place. It's open all day, all night. It is actually the #1 ranked restaurant here on site on TripAdvisor, but I'd have to say that Spice Market is probably just a little bit better in my opinion. I'm gonna pack it in for the night. I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I have a lot of thoughts to share on this room. You watch, I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I'm gonna leave, and the weather is going to be perfect. That's the type of luck I have. I just have to laugh at it now because it is what it is. Okay, good morning from not the W. What the heck is going on? Well, a couple things. Number one, just as I predicted, my day of departure, on my last few hours, the sun came out and I was able to salvage a lot of my trip. I had a few hours and I was able to hit both pools, hit the beach, spend as much time as I could outdoors, and I really had a fantastic time. I had a smile from ear to ear. I vlogged some of the best footage I've ever created, and unfortunately, my microphone setup went defective, and that footage is bunk. It's not usable. Lots of great video, just no sound, unfortunately. But I did want to finish the video, and by the way, I'm at an unbelievable hotel. Just wait until you see this one. But I did want to finish the video because the last few hours at the hotel on my final day really changed the landscape of my trip and my perception of the hotel. So I want to get inside and tell you about it. All right, I really wish that footage was salvageable. I had a remarkable last couple hours at the W. As predicted, I know my luck better than anyone. anyone. Of course, the sun came out and I had a perfect few hours to spend outside, and that's really important because that entire property is predicated on being outside. So my morning started out on the wet deck. You'll find wet decks at some W's, and basically a wet deck is a walkway to a pool or over a pool or to a beach at a W property. Basically that's what they are. They're just a glorified, elevated, beautiful sidewalk. I think sometimes they have social events on those, like a DJ, or if they have a party at the W, that's what those wet decks are kind of multi-purposed for, but really it's just like a glamorous walkway. Spent some time up there in the morning, then went down to the first pool. Loved it down there. There were cabanas. There was a poolside bar. Started my day with a shaman. That was fantastic. Then I went to the beach, and the great thing about the W is that the beach starts right where the pool ends. So you can just easily segue from the pool to the beach. Literally, it's just a few footsteps. I got into the water was warm, the sand was great. It was beautiful, beautiful terrain. Jumping in that refreshing, beautiful water right away in the morning was pretty fantastic. Then I went over to La Cevicheria, and Cevicheria is just, as it sounds, it is a ceviche place right on the beach, and it's this really cool trick pickup that has been modified into like a ceviche drink stand. I had a blue Hawaiian, and then I took that and I ate right on the beach, literally like right on the beach, right on the water. There were fire pits out there. It was really quiet. It was the perfect place to enjoy a cold drink or some really fresh ceviche. Then I went over to the 21 plus pool, and it definitely had a 21 plus vibe because there was no seating. Instead of seating, it was lined with cabanas, and these cabanas were some of the coolest I've ever seen. They were double decker, but like I said, no seating. It's all about enjoying a private moment with yourself, with a special someone, or with a really private group. So that was my morning, and I probably spent an hour at each place, an hour at the regular pool, an hour at the 21 plus pool, and then an hour at the beach. So let me give you my overall thoughts on the W. It is considered one of the best W's in the world. Would I say that it is? I'd say that it could be. It's one of the best W's I've ever been to. I can't call it the best in the world because I haven't visited every one in the world. I haven't even visited half, but I have visited about 20%. So I do have, I think, a pretty good barometer of what makes a cool W, and I would definitely say it's easily in the top 3, if not in the top 2 or number 1 of the W's I've been to. So yes, it's a fantastic property. So who's the property for? I'd say it's for anyone that wants an immersive tropical experience. Maybe you like the tropical jungle vibe, but you don't want to fly 15 hours to experience it. Well, you can find one in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And of course, it's for anyone that likes the W brand. Now, this is one of the chillest W's I've ever been to, but it still very much was a W. It was trendy, it had an upbeat vibe, it was sophisticated, it was modern, it was a little quirky, it was fun, it was cool. Everything that you associate with the W brand was definitely found at this one here in Puerto Vallarta. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, the property was pretty much designed and catered to couples. I'd say couples between the ages of 30 and 50. That's pretty much the main target market. There were a few families there, but families are always out of place at the W, just not that type of hotel. Of course, you're gonna find some smaller groups and some solo travelers like myself, but I'd say younger couples between the ages of 30 and 50 was pretty much the prime market for that hotel. So my favorite part about the room, which was overpriced, by the way, in case you're wondering if I felt that $800 price tag was justified or not, if I found value in it or didn't. It's not justified. I did not find value in it. I thought it was overpriced. The room was a little cramped. I think you're paying for more than just the room at that property. You're paying for the W nameplate. You're paying for the location, and you're paying for definitely the exclusivity of staying in Punta de Mita. But I think that room can be gotten for cheaper. And if you're thinking about that room, I would definitely encourage you to find a better price. $800 was just too much. My favorite part of the room was the combined shower and bath setup with the huge window looking out into the ocean. And undoubtedly the best part of the property was the pool area. Surprisingly, the general pool, not the adults only pool, was my favorite. I'd say tied for second best would be both the beach and the restaurants. I like them both quite a bit. So how would I rank the W? Again, this is one of the best W's I've ever stayed at. It very well could be one of the best W's in the world. It really delivers on a lot. I mean, an immersive tropical jungle experience that's only a few hours away from the United States. You get the W brand, so you get the quirkiness, the fun, the contemporary vibe, the energy, just the overall cosmopolitan feel of staying at a W. You get some great dining. John George's Spice Market was unbelievable. You get 2 pools, you get a fantastic beach, in one of the best areas, if not the best area in all of Mexico. So for the first time ever, I'm going to give this property a 3.5. I am splitting the difference, and that score could only increase. After I visit more W's around the world and get a better barometer for what the best of the best in the W brand is, I'll come back and take a look at this hotel. That score could easily increase, but for now, it's a 3.5.